truth time. This is a recipe I almost decided not to record. Why? Because it's just that simple. Overnight oats. So easy, my gosh. You just put a bunch of ingredients into a mason jar, throw it in the fridge overnight, go to bed, wake up, whip it out, and you're ready. You have a full-fledged breakfast full of so much good nutrition, ready to eat. Oh, but Gabe, I don't like cold oatmeal. Not a problem. You can heat this up in a pan or even in the microwave. Oh, but Gabe, I don't like plain oatmeal. Hey, nothing about this is going to be plain today, and you can season it however you really want. Oh, but Gabe, I can't eat milk. Not a problem. You could use almond milk, coconut milk, cashew milk. I mean, hell, even water, any kind of liquid would work. This is just an amazing recipe that requires, honestly, practically zero effort. It's like a reverse negative crock pot where instead of applying heat over a long time, you're applying cold. It's just great. No excuses. Let's give it a shot. Now, we need to be sure we use enough liquid for our oats to properly soak up and saturate overnight. However, curveball. What do I use? This. Core Power Elite Vanilla Protein Shakes. Now, I am in no way sponsored by, partnered with, no, nothing like that with Core Power. I just love their protein shakes as is. And when I tried one day to use this instead of almond milk on one of my overnight oats and realized that it tasted fantastic, I was like, oh, why would I ever go back? By using something like this, when I wake up in the morning, not only do I have a full-fledged breakfast already waiting for me in my mason jar, but it's packing upwards of 50 grams of protein. Now, that being said, if you want to do something similar with your own kind of protein powder, my only advice to you is to be sure that it's super liquidy, super wet. Do not try to pour in a viscous, thick protein smoothie into your oats and hope it'll work. The odds are the powder is soaking up all of the actual free-flowing water and you will leave nothing for your oats to properly saturate. So, again, if you want to use your own protein powder, or again, almond milk, cashew milk, coconut milk, regular milk, water, just be sure it is a liquidy, what have you, because if it is too thick, too viscous, it will not properly saturate your oats. Okay, to get started, I have just a standard sized mason jar, nothing fancy, super cheap, super easy. We're going to go ahead and add 3/4 a cup of oats. Now, that's a lot of oats. For someone my size, it's kind of how I prefer it, but by all means, if it doesn't seem quite right for you, use less, not a huge deal. To that, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed, as well as 1 tablespoon of chia seed, as well as 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Let's be clear, you could really add any combination of nuts, spices, seasonings that you would like. Sometimes I'll do allspice and some ground ginger, maybe pumpkin seeds, maybe some crushed almonds, really whatever works for you. This is my preferred way to do my overnight oats. Every morning when I wake up, I am excited for breakfast. So those are all of our dries put together. What I'm going to do now is actually give them a little bit of a shake before I add any of my liquid, just to kind of get things mixed in a little better. Para bailar la bamba, se necesita una poca de gracia pa' mi, pa' ti, pa' arriba. Done. We've now done the overnight oats dance. It's very cultural. Okay, we have our dries ready. Now we're going to go ahead and throw in our liquid. I am using my protein shake. A little bit of a tip. I would recommend to go ahead adding about half of what you have in here. Shake that to kind of get things going, get things free floating, and then pour in the rest. If you pour it all in at once, you're going to make a huge mess because it's not going to properly sink down. Give it some time. About half of it's in there now. Give that a little shake just to get everything started. And now I'll pour the rest. Now be mindful, don't fill it all the way to the top, or you're going to make a huge mess when you close it. Oftentimes I find that I have a little sliver of shake left. That's okay, this is 14 fluid ounces. If I could have a way of doing just 12, that would probably be best. I'm going to leave it right there. I have a little bit left in here, I'll have that later. Now one last little step you could add is some sweetener. The protein shake is already pretty sweet, honestly, but I like to add just a hint of maple syrup to give it a little something extra. Likewise, you can do the same thing with molasses, almond flavoring, more vanilla flavoring, any kind of little dash you want to throw in there. Let's top that off. No mess, give it a shake. You know, just 5 or 10 seconds, some thorough shaking, upside down, all around. We just don't want anything to stick to the bottom and not get soaked. This is now ready to go. I'm going to soak it in the fridge overnight, but you can do even just like 4 hours. Maybe you put it there in the morning and have it for lunch, especially for a lot of us working remote right now. Not a bad idea, but if you can do it overnight, that would be best. All right, guys, it is the morning. I have my oats here. Let's go ahead and try them out. Spoilers, I already know it's good. You know, there's just something about a cinnamony vanilla breakfast flavor that just hits the spot. A nice cold thing of oatmeal with a nice hot cup of coffee. Perfect way to start the morning. Now I would have plated this somehow, poured it out into a bowl, but this is exactly how I eat it. I just eat it right out of a jar. You don't have to add anything else to this if you don't want to. It's ready to go. But hey, if you're thinking about ideas, maybe some fresh berries, some like fresh cut apples. If you want to make it a little less healthy, I would say even some fried apples. Not a bad idea. But put this thing together the night before, wake up in the morning, eat, you will be happy, I guarantee it. All right, everybody, that's it. Overnight oats a la Café Gabe. Pretty quick one this week. It's just so simple and flavorful, I don't know what else to say. Again, hey, if you have other ideas of spices you want to put in there, nutmeg instead of cinnamon, or maybe some like chunks of apple, strawberry, dried fruit, I could think of a million other ways we could have made this. This is just my typical go-to, super easy, put it together, wake up, eat. Thank you as always for watching. If you haven't already, hey, subscribe to the channel. I've got new videos coming out every week. If you gave this one a shot and enjoyed it, like the video. And if you have any ideas from me, any suggestions, things you changed, questions, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it. Everyone, thank you so much for coming to Café Gabe. Be well, stay safe. Adios. It is so early in the morning.